Hello and welcome back to Jan's Views on Crime. Jay Slater. The inquest resumed day one. Twitter talks. Twitter has been saying an awful lot, and I think we should just get on with it. There's just so much other things going on at the moment. It's difficult for me to keep in one straight line, but we need to do that because there's a lot for us to get through in this video. So we're going to start with, let's start with this one here from Justice for Nicola Bulley and others, which reads, extra security has been brought in for the Jay Slater inquest. The same happened for the inquest of Nicola Bulley. A large amount of Jay's family and friends are still to arrive in court, and they're not sure if any public are being admitted yet due to limited seating. Right, we went over that, didn't we, guys, in the last video? Now, it says here, Debbie Duncan arriving for the Jay Slater inquest. I really do hope all his family manage to get any questions they have of their chests and answers. Jay's dad, Warren, and Jay's brother, Zach, are also in attendance. So, okay, maybe the guy in the blue, this guy here, maybe that's the brother. He's had a haircut. I don't know. It doesn't really matter at this stage. So here it says, we know how it's going to go. We could tell by his attitude towards the end of May's inquest. He was going for an accident without even hearing from half the witnesses. Mind already made up, I reckon. Yes, so this is what is so startling and disappointing, that this guy, this coroner, Dr. James Adley, is the coroner that dealt with the Nicola Bulley inquest. And we all know what happened there. So sadly, despite him being apparently retired, he's now said to be covering this case, which is a real shame. It's not a good thing. So I don't know if you can read it from there, but it says that he's going to open a 2-day hearing to establish the facts surrounding the death of the 19-year-old. We'll see. 404 says it's only right and rational considering he resided over the original inquest in May. Yeah, maybe. Justice for Nicola is not very happy. We've got all the red flags. Oh, FFS. This better be wrong. Dr. Adley retired. If he's coming back for Jay Slater's inquest, Jay, then it's another major red flag. And as you can see, we've got a lot of red flags there. And I can't say I blame her for thinking that at all. Justice for Nicola, it looks as if they're taking this from somebody called Amy Fenton. Maybe that's a reporter. We don't really need to read all that gumph. So here we go. Ayub Qassim will give evidence via video link. Stephen Rockers, also known as Rocky, is a no-show. I'll be surprised at that, guys. I'm not surprised. Lucy Law giving evidence via video link due to the condition that she is in. What, is she blottoed? Is she like got sunstroke from being over in Tenerife? What condition is she in, I wonder? Maybe she's pregnant. Who knows? Now, we've got Bradley. He's using his other name. It's not Bradley Hargreaves here. It's Bradley Geo. I'm just going to say Geo because I can't read that. Begins to give evidence at Jay Slater's inquest. He says Ayub and Rocky already knew their friend Brandon Hodgson. They went to a music festival, then a pool party the next day. Let's click on here. Up we go. So, yeah, see, that's his other name, Hargreaves. Brad says that after he, Jay and Lucy arrived in Tenerife, he and Jay put their bags in the apartment and then went out. They were drinking until 5 o'clock in the morning. They met Brandon, who had been friends with the two other men, Ayub and Stephen. Right, okay. All right, haven't learnt anything new there, have we? Brad says that they all got on with Ayub and Rocky. We went to sleep and the following day we went for some breakfast. Brad says they went to the music festival later that day, which was due to start at 10 p.m. that night. The coroner asks Brad what they did at the festival, and he says drinking and dancing like you would do at a rave festival. Yeah, well, that's understandable, isn't it, guys? After spending the night at the rave, Brad and Jay went back to their apartment at Paloma Beach and went to sleep in their clothes because we were really drunk. Okay, the following day we had a pool party thing at the hotel, and then that same day we had a do again that night. So a do again that night sounds like another party of some kind. Brad is asked how Jay behaved on the holiday and how much he drank. Brad says, well, it was our first holiday as a boys' holiday, so we might have took it a bit too far. I think by that he probably means they consumed way too much alcohol and partook of way too much of the D stuff. D-R-U-G-S. Yeah, that's what I can assume by that statement. I do have to say, at least he did have the guts to show up in person. Right, so it says here... Right, Brad says that on the 16th of June, the day before Jay went missing, the group went out for drinks at about 6 o'clock and then met with Brandon and Lucy to go to the music festival. We were together all evening until we got to the festival. Then we split up because it was so busy. Really? Why would you split up because it's so busy? If you're going with a group of friends, you don't say, oh, it's too busy in here, let's split up. I hope somebody pulled him up on that. Brad continues, then Brandon says, Jay has been kicked out. I've gone out to try and get him back in, but they wouldn't let him back in. So, okay, let's just unpack that a little bit. So that's on the day before, okay? That's on the day before he disappeared. All right. Brad says that Jay had taken ecstasy and codeine on the night of the 16th. Oh, my Lord. Brad says he had also taken ketamine on the holiday, but Brad isn't sure if he had taken it on that night. Brad says Jay would be a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10 of drunkenness. Okay, that's of drunkenness. What about of, like, being stonedness? Do we not learn that? Okay. Inside the club, Jay was so drunk he couldn't stand up. But when the group met up outside, he was in a better state, Brad says. I wonder how that happened then. He wasn't as bad as when we were inside. Inside, everyone is clamped together and you get out. I'm just thinking about the days when I used to enjoy myself with the alcohol and the nightclubs. And from what I remember, you got worse when you came outside. Or maybe that was just me. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Let's move on. We're still on to Brad. The group of friends went to a club called Sugar Reef. There's one of those in Essex, guys. Anyway, Jay Slater messaged Brad to say he'd taken a watch and another message to say he was going back to the Airbnb with Ayub and Rocky and sleeping there. All right. Do I need to click onto that? Let's see. Brad says Jay was giddy. We were both just having a laugh with each other, he adds. Brad says that Lucy came out of the club at about 3:25 and the group then went to a club called Sugar Reef. Ayub, Stephen, Rockers weren't with the group in the festival, as Brad says. They didn't come to the festivals. They were just always out on the strip. I wonder what they were doing on the strip. I wonder. Jay sent a Snapchat to Brad in which he said he had taken a watch. Jay then sent another Snapchat to Brad in which he said he was going back to Ayub's and Rocky's and sleeping there. Are you still with me, guys? Yeah. This is all under oath. This is all under oath. Jace, I'm just going to click on that, I think. Right. Jay then called Brad on Snapchat. Again, as he was walking down a road, Jay told Brad, I'm going to come back. Brad said, at that point, I might have been feeling a bit worried. He said, I'm going to come back down, and he was asking if we had any drinks left at the apartment. Okay, so was Jay already at the Airbnb at this point? That isn't clear. Okay, so he said he was walking down a road and he wanted to come back and he was asking if there was any drinks left. So was he not drunk enough? Was he not filled with the alcohol? Although in an earlier statement, Brad said he was worried about Jay, but he says when asked about it in court today, they were with us for 3 days, so I trusted them as much as Jay. I didn't think anything of it. Oh my God. Does he realise this is all under oath? Don't know. Brad says he didn't think out of the Rolex being taken because people were selling fake stuff on the strip. Do you know, I missed out. I missed out on these holidays when I used to go to, like, yeah, I never went to Tenerife, but I went to Palma, you know, what's it called, Mallorca, and yeah, they do have a strip, but I missed out on all these people selling these watches. Yeah. Brad told Jay to get a taxi after realising he was 14 hours walk from the Paloma Beach apartment. 14 hours walk. And he wasn't worried. It just doesn't make sense. Going back to the subject of the watch, it has been widely reported that Jay had admitted stealing a Rolex watch. However, Brad says, I didn't think anything of it because there are a lot of people selling fake watches on the strip. Lots of watches. Okay. Jeez Louise. In the video, Brad says Jay was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. Brad says that he told Jay to check maps on his phone to see how far away from the Paloma Beach apartment. He said 14 hours walk or an hour's drink. I said, wow, why are you so far away? Get a taxi back. That's got to be, what, an hour's drink? That's got to be some sort of, listen, I'm not finding this funny. I'm not being flippant. I'm just stunned and amazed that after a whole year, these people, like this Brad, are still dishing out garbage. And people are expected to believe it. Are they going to believe this? He then said, I'll ring you back. And that was the last time I spoke to Jay. Okay. I thought he was laughing and joking while he was tripping all over the steps. No? While he was tripping all over the shingles. That's what I heard. Jeez, it doesn't get better, does it? Right, so now we've got the speculation about Jay carrying 2 knives addressed by the coroner. Good! Brad is now being asked about speculation that Jay had hidden 2 knives down his shorts. Brad says he knew nothing about this. The coroner asks, you have known Jay a long time. Would him harming himself with 2 kitchen knives down his trousers be unusual? Yes, Brad replies. Brad says that nothing made him believe that Jay was distressed, feeling scared, worried or frightened. Really? Really, Brad? Even though he was 14 hours walk away? Right, I'm going to try not to get too exasperated. Right, okay. Remember, this is all in the court, okay? Right, here we go. Why did Jay want to leave the Airbnb apartment? Brad is asked why Jay wanted to leave and wanted to go back to the apartment after arriving at the Airbnb. Because he wanted to carry on drinking. Really? Really? Brad says. He's probably got to that apartment. They, Ayub and Rocky, have gone to bed and he's sobered up and wanted to carry on drinking. Oh, my Lord. It gets worse. It's just getting worse. Oh, the family's barrister puts questions to Jay's pal, Brad. Brad is now being questioned, being asked questions by Lewis Norris, the barrister representing Jay's family. Brad confirms that it was Brandon Hodgson who had introduced the group to Ayub and Stephen Rockers. Brad says that Ayub's nickname was Johnny Vegas. Do you remember when we were all trying to work out who Johnny Vegas was? Oh, Lord. I wonder... Oh, I don't want to speak too out of turn here. So done that one. Right. Pal's last sighting was at Magic Mike's takeaway restaurant. Magic Mike? Aren't they some sort of strip band? Maybe it's different in Spain. Don't know. Anyway, Brad says that the last time he saw Jay in person was when he, Lucy and Brandon had gone to Magic Mike's for food. Brad had gone to find Jay and found him straight away. This is when Jay told Brad, "I'm going to stay with these," referring to Ayub and Rocky. All right, okay. We believe in this so far, guys? Oh, just seen a pink elephant fly by my window. Right, so why didn't you ask him more about the watch? Brad says that Jay had told him that Ayub and Rocky would bring him back to the Paloma Beach apartment at 12 o'clock the next day. More about this watch now. Why? We don't need to know about the watch. We don't need... That's not important in this. Brad is asked why, if he was worried about Jay going to sell the watch, he didn't ask him more about it. Brad says, because I was under the influence of drugs. Okay, first time drugs has come out in this, guys. Brad says that Jay had video called him while he was inside the Airbnb. He showed me the bed they had made for him. Really? Would he? Would he though? Like a 19-year-old. Oh yeah, hang on a minute. Let me just take a film of this bed that these drug dealers are going to make me sleep in. Here we are, Brad. This is where I'm going to sleep tonight. Oh, God, you couldn't make it up. Couldn't make it up. Key witness who knows about watch can't be allocated. Oh, there we go. We've already heard that Brandon Hodgson, the friend who had introduced the group to Ayub and Rocky, has not been located in order to request to give evidence to the inquest. Well, maybe you should get the police involved. Eh? That's what I'd say. Brad confirms that the only thing he knows about the stolen watch is what Jay said in one Snapchat message. That's why I thought Brandon should be here, because he knows a lot more about it than just the Snapchat, Brad says. Oh, not Brad throwing Brandon under the bus. Oh, all right. So now we've got Ayub Qassim giving evidence and is immediately warned by the coroner. Okay, Mr. Qassim is being warned by the coroner. Mr. Qassim attempted to talk about the kids dying in Palestine. He said, first and foremost, I want to send my condolences to Jay's family. I want people to also think about the kids that are dying. At which point he was interrupted and told by the coroner, you are not here to make political statements. Well done, Mr. Coroner. And I'm going to stop this reading now, but I'm going to try and get another video up about this, because I'm telling you what, this is quite interesting, and it's going to be interesting to hear what Ayub has to say. This is all we ever wanted. Whether we don't get the outcome in this inquest or not, the fact that these people are being questioned is what we wanted. That's all we wanted, guys. So I'm going to stop now because I'm sure you're sick of the sound of my voice. I'm sick of my own voice. So I'm going to try and continue this and get another one out for you, maybe tomorrow. So in the meantime, you take care of yourselves because trust me, it's a rotten old world. So until the next one, bye-bye for now.